Hello and welcome back to the Stomp podcast. Obviously, your boy is here, Caleb, but the person next to me is not the duck. I am joined by Valente Talk Saints today,
What's up?
and there's a reason for it. So, there wasn't an episode last week because the day of recording, something came up in the duck's life. Shit happens, frankly. So, we pushed it back because his personal life stuff comes first. And he and I talked, and he and I agreed that hey, he's a week to week injury basis. Depends on how he's feeling in that week. Next week, I might have the duck next to me. Next week, it might be Valente, might be someone else. We'll see who it is. I'll be here every week. Almost didn't happen this week because dumbass me 10 minutes before recording last night slipped on some water, sprained my ankle horribly, and ended up in the hospital because we thought I broke it. So we figured it out this week, though, where Valente, being the great person he is, was willing to push back a day because I literally couldn't move my ankle and still barely can move my ankle. But I'm not in the nearly crying pain I was in last night. But hey, we're here.
Yep.
Survivor Series is a week away. We got to talk about it. But there's one thing we haven't talked about yet because we didn't record last week.
What's that?
And that was Crown Jewel. We haven't had a
Mhm.
chance to talk Crown Jewel. So, shall we start at
Yeah.
the top? Let me pull up the match card results. I'm sorry. I know who won. I don't remember the order. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
he
that
does. He
that
does
opened
like
the
to go by
match.
order.
That opened them. Okay, so opening match. Seth Rollins retained against Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what you were predicting walking into Crown Jewel, Valente, but
Prediction.
the Duck and I were both together that Seth was not walking out champion and that Drew was taking the title.
Yeah. See, for me, I thought that Seth was gonna win. I just didn't think he was gonna walk out of Crown Jewel with the championship.
You thought Damien was going to cash?
I thought he was gonna cash in. I guess he tried to, right? I mean, I didn't watch Crown Jewel until like two
No,
days
I
after.
no. I want to say I don't believe so. I want to say Paul took the Money in the Bank contract from him that night.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
want
he
to say
tried to though. He tried
I
to though.
might have tried. He wanted to, but Rhea didn't let him. I think it was that night. I have so much messed up in my head. But I really wanted Drew to win. I want Drew to get the big one again. He's had it twice.
Yeah.
Both not he's never had a live crowd with his
I
belt,
know.
which is such a crime because he's the only one who who has had a world title reign and didn't have a crowd. And at that time, Drew McIntyre was the biggest thing in wrestling.
Yeah, he deserved his flowers for it.
He was so fans were behind him. It felt like he was getting pops with no fans even. Drew
Piped
was
in crowd noise.
if you think LA Knight is over now, that's what Drew McIntyre was back then.
Yeah.
No one hated Drew, and Drew produced some great storylines. The Dolph Ziggler one, outstanding. Even the little one episode thing he did with Heath Slater was
The
amazing.
Big Show storyline was better. No, I'm joking.
Okay, that one
The
was
4 minute storyline.
bro. The
No,
fact that I main evented WrestleMania is hilarious.
technically speaking, it did main event WrestleMania,
Technically, it did main event Mania because it was the last match to
but
go on air.
it didn't go on air at
It didn't.
WrestleMania. It
Well,
went on
they
air at
posted it on
Raw.
YouTube. They posted it on
Yeah.
YouTube, but technically, that was the main event. Technically,
So
in 2020, Paul Wright was a WrestleMania main eventer against Drew
so
McIntyre.
Big Show has more scheduled main events than Seth Rollins does at WrestleMania. If I'm
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
got that right?
yeah. He says never main event. Do we count them? Technically, Seth has with the Money in the
Mm,
Bank
No, that's why I said scheduled.
scheduled. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know if we consider Big Show scheduled, but I think Big Show was main evented a Mania before, anyways.
Has he?
I want to say he has. No,
Shit.
okay, Google.
Hmm.
Big Show events Mania.
Unless it was against the Undertaker back in like 2000, I don't think he has.
Um,
Either way, Big Show has more WrestleMania main events than somebody who deserves it.
I want to say did he main event against The Rock? What I'm reading on Google makes it seem like that year the Rumble they main evented Rock and Big
The
Show.
Rumble.
Well, when where The Rock landed first,
Yeah,
but they gave the win to The Rock.
yeah. I don't
From what
know.
I'm reading, Big Show ended up winning the title right before Mania, so they main evented. I don't
Damn.
believe that's right though.
I don't want to believe that either, but
All right. Well, next match, the most shocking outcome of the night. Nia Jax did not win the women's title. I fully expected a Nia Jax title reign, but Rhea
yeah.
Ripley retained. And what was the most shocking event in wrestling history where Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and who was the other one in that match?
Raquel, I think.
Oh yeah, Raquel. But none of those four were able to beat the hottest woman in wrestling right now. Not hottest by she's hot. That's a back duck thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she's so over. So everyone knew.
She's oh. Do I want to go there? Do I want to go there?
Depends on where you want to go.
She's over with the simps. All right.
Yep. Yeah. I love
Look,
Rhea because Rhea's really fucking good.
yeah, she's
I
a good
don't see
act.
what half the people see in her.
She's a
I
good
mean,
act. But
she's the
like
best women's wrestler right now, probably.
exactly. But I 80% of the fan base loves her because she is mommy.
Yeah, I
I
can agree there. The whole mommy thing has put us. She's Eddie Guerrero. She is literally
yeah.
Eddie Guerrero was over, but especially with the women crowd of calling him Poppy. That is where Rhea's at right now.
Yeah, that's the I mean,
That's
I
the sad honest truth.
personally
I
I
love
love
Rhea.
Rhea too. I love Rhea too. But like we just got to be honest, bro. Rhea is not like Rhea or not Rhea is not. Rhea is over with 80% of her like fans being simps.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who's not over on Rhea right now, and if they are, probably because they're not over on any women. Because it's really hard not to be over on Rhea. She is the leader of the Judgment Day, no matter what
Yeah.
Damien says.
No, Rhea is the leader of the Judgment Day. I don't know
Damien said that, and
anyone needs to
Rhea's
stand
in
that.
the back recruiting Drew McIntyre. Okay, next match. And what was shocking to the Duck, I don't know if it was shocking to you,
Mm-mm.
but Solo Sikoa defeats Juan Cena.
Okay, this would the reason it's not shocking to me is because I feel like Triple H pulls more of the realistic happenings, like, and to me that's more of the realistic happening because Solo Sikoa is the big undefeated, never been pinned, never
He's
been
been pinned
beaten. Really?
3 times.
When?
LA Knight, Cody, John Cena.
Oh well, I'm stupid
Oh,
then.
no. Cody, LA Knight, Jey Uso.
Okay, my bad. I'm thinking about NXT Solo, but
No. Those are the only 3 who have pinned him since he's gone to the main roster.
yeah, but I feel like they're trying to build up Solo as like the next tribal chief. Because apparently Roman's last match was at Crown Jewel for 2023 at least, and you know
I believe it.
Roman's exactly what he said he didn't want, exactly what he was patronizing John Cena for, the part timer. But
Yeah.
so Solo's kind of has to carry what's going on with the bloodline right now. and then John Cena hasn't won a match in 5 years. A
Well,
singles match in 5 years.
that was Grayson's backing to
The
why
reason he'd win.
is they won't let Cena go out on this huge losing streak. I'm like, no, Cena will happily go on this losing streak
Yeah, I think
because
if anyone's gonna go outside happily, it's John Cena.
there's, I'd say, off the top of my head, two wrestlers who I would say no doubt would be fine losing their last match if it meant someone got over, and that's Cena and The Miz. The Miz has put over so many people that he's the only other one I could see saying, "You mean I could win this match and kill this guy's amazing potential, or I could lose to the guy in my last match and but push him even further?"
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly what The Miz has been the last 3 years.
Yeah, the Miz, the Miz hasn't been the Miz that we're used to seeing since 2018.
The
He
Miz,
hasn't.
the
He
Miz,
hasn't. He hasn't really been the mid card, the top tier mid card guy since 2018.
he hasn't had to be,
I know, and
and
that's why I like him so much more now.
he's
Is because
getting his chance because now he gets Gunther at Survivor Series.
see, I didn't even know that.
He gets Gunther at Survivor Series.
He's gonna lose.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know actually.
You think they're gonna let Gunther lose before
I think
WrestleMania?
Gunther's in an interview kind of basically said he's tired of the IC title. That he's outgrown the title. I don't see him dropping yet. I still say, and I say his name every damn week, and Grayson's not here to get pissed at me. It's Dragunov at WrestleMania. That's the guy to take the belt.
Do you think Dragunov is gonna even want to be off of NXT?
Yes.
You think? I mean, there's some people who don't even want to leave NXT. So I just feel like Dragunov.
I think even he said it needs to be him and Gunther at Mania for the IC title. It was either him or Gunther said it.
I mean, I don't hate it because I
That
like the
needs
match
to
they
be
actually had.
a Mania match is those two because the history between him and Gunther is outstanding. I mean,
I love what they did in UK in NXT UK or wherever it was.
I love Ilya in general. He's had great matches since he got the title. He's had great matches anyways. He probably has the best trilogy we've seen in a hot while WWE wise with Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will resist putting all three of them on my top 10 matches of the year at the end of the year when we finally do that show.
I'm just curious though. Who does the Duck think that Gunther's who's dethroning Gunther?
I don't think he's specifically said anyone. He wants Chad Gable.
I'm with him on that.
He's been he was very mad the Miz won that match. Well, he hasn't reacted because that match was supposed to be reacted to last week. But the two names he liked were the Miz and Gable, but he's been saying Chad Gable for who knows how long now.
I'm for Chad Gable too because I think Chad Gable is one of the more underappreciated
I love
guys.
Chad Gable. I wanted the Miz. My second choice was Ivar.
Okay.
Because I wanted to give him an opportunity.
It's an odd choice.
He hasn't really. He's really shaken off in this solo run right now since. Fuck, what's his name?
Eric.
Eric. Since Eric has been injured, he hasn't been lost on TV, which I love. And he's put on some good matches. I just only people I didn't want to win the match. The only person I didn't want to win the match really was Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Bronson Reed is just
he's not
bland. He's so bland and stale, and
he's turning into Austin Theory. Has the talent. He's okay in the ring. He's your classic big guy in the ring.
I feel like he's better in the ring than at anything. Like
But his character
that's
work.
all he's got to
But
him.
it's also not. He's been given. He's exactly Theory, where he's been given a horrible character and tried to make it work. Theory's character sucked. I think it's working a
Which
little
one?
bit. The one he had post Vince.
Okay, so I'm the youngest United States champion
Yeah,
ever.
the classic heel
Classic cocky heel.
has not worked for him. The Vince worked a little bit, but I also think that was just backing from Vince,
That was actual legitimate backing from Vince. So I mean,
which helped him a lot having Vince be very active in his character. That really helped him, but he needs. I love that he's with Waller now, but and I think it opens up an Austin Theory face turn in the future.
see, I don't think he'd be a good face.
He'd be an outstanding face.
You
Have,
think?
have you ever seen him with the fans outside
No,
when he's not
I
in
haven't. No.
character?
What do you think? I'll
He's
fucking watch Austin Theory highlights?
I see it on TikTok here and there
You think I'll
and
watch
Twitter.
Austin Theory autograph
But
signings in my free time?
he reminds me so much of how Cena is with the fans.
Hmm.
You know, he has his moments where he's in character, but he's so good with the fans when he's out of
That's a
character.
very bold comparison, by the way.
He's not making 1 million Make-A-Wish wishes a year like Cena was. But how he interacts with them, how nice he is, takes
I mean,
how
they
most
can all
wrestlers
be good faces
how most
because
wrestlers only take 1 or 2 pictures with fans.
yeah,
Theory will post 4 or 5 different ways with a fan if they want, especially with children.
yeah. I mean, I
He's
gotta think
so good
about
with
it.
them.
I gotta think about it in the way that every heel is like a good guy. I mean, they play a character on TV every week.
Yeah, they play a character, but
80% of wrestlers overall are good people.
yeah,
So I mean, I can't really say they'd be bad faces. But like Dom's the most has the most heat in in the
he's
entire
really
company
liked.
right now.
He's really
But
liked
like
out of character.
right, and he's an incredible person.
And Theory's a great person. I think how he acts suits more. He'd be such a natural face. The issue with Dom would be he'd be too much like his dad.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you want to be the opposite of, who, you're I guess whose shadow you're in.
Which, being just like his dad and having his dad's career, I don't think he'd complain.
He wouldn't, but like you also need to make a way for yourself.
But him as a heel right now, and I'm interested of what post Judgment Day looks like for him, because it feels like a lot of the heat's been helped by the Judgment Day.
Every time he lifts the mic to his face.
But he is so and the people, and Grayson has alluded to this. People who say it's piped in. Grayson couldn't hear.
Nah,
Grayson said his ears were hurting during the boos.
it's not piped in.
No. You ready for the next match?
Yep.
The new United States champion,
My
Logan
goat.
Paul. And I said he was winning.
Yeah, I knew this way
This
before he even got the match.
and that was before we even knew Rey Mysterio had wrestled on. It was a torn meniscus. It was something
I
where
don't
he
know.
needed to get surgery, but he
News to me.
wrestled on it for 3 months. He went 3
Rey
months on an
Mysterio,
injury
ladies and
worth
gentlemen.
surgery, and just said, "Yeah, I'll keep going." Then Logan Paul came. He's like, "Yeah, I'll drop to Logan," which just pushes the Rey Mysterio is fucking
The goat. Rey Mysterio is one of the goats.
he's
Bro.
he's on the 4th Mount Rushmore. We're making 4th or 5th.
The fourth face in Mount Rushmore.
Well, no. The joke is we have a bunch of faces on here. We have a bunch of Mount Rushmores. We have Mount Taker, which is just Undertaker.
Just Undertaker like gimmicks or just
No, just
Undertaker?
just a big, just like Mount Rushmore. It's just a giant face of Undertaker
Okay.
because he's the overall. You don't think about him in the GO conversation right away,
Right. I mean,
but then you have your 4 people of Rushmore, and then Undertaker just pops in your head, and you're like, "Fuck, I
right.
can't leave him off the list."
Uh,
So we just gave him Mount Taker.
mm,
But
Mount Taker. But yeah, Rey Mysterio is definitely on that Mount Rushmore.
that Mount Rushmore's insane. Okay, who are you taking off? Cena?
What? Who's on it? First of all,
Well, it's personal opinion. Some names: Cena, Austin, Michaels, Hunter. Probably I'm forgetting a bunch of people right now.
my 4
Dwayne,
on the
you can
Mount
throw Dwayne
Rushmore.
on there.
Eh,
You can throw Seth Roman probably on there as they've creeped in. Randy Orton,
my okay. So I'm gonna say
Dusty
my Mount
Rhodes,
Rushmore.
Ric Flair.
Probably 1,000,000% Cena's on there. Can't go wrong with Cena. Mysterio. No order, by the way. This is not like no
Oh
order.
yeah,
John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton. Just because I've seen um a lot of those three, and then Undertaker.
see, mine is I couldn't make one because
I
I
know I'm
go
definitely
5
leaving
names.
someone out that people are gonna like scold me
No
for. I'm
Michaels,
sorry,
no Flair, no. There's a lot of people.
but here's
Austin,
the thing: like, no matter where you go on this Mount Rushmore, you're leaving somebody out. So
yeah,
like,
no, there's no right. It's like the basketball Rushmore
mm-hmm.
where
Rejection by Wimbenyama.
Jordan and LeBron have to be on your Mount Rushmore.
And the other two you could just put.
The other two, there's 1,000 people names. Football, you have to throw Brady on there, but the other 3 names, all personal opinion. But
Not this guy, but this guy played on the same team.
you throw V's on there.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get back to the match though. So Logan Paul won. He saved Rey Mysterio's life mid-match, which
All
was
right, so he admitted to this on a podcast because I knew you were going to mention this. Um, he said that technically, while he did save him, he almost killed him
yeah.
because he was the move. He was standing back way too far. Like he wasn't supposed to be standing there, so he did have to catch him. While he did save him, he almost killed him. So I mean, a
See,
rookie mistake with a veteran like save.
and what I can respect from Logan is admitting it
Yeah, you're not gonna see
is
a lot
there's
of
a
people admit
lot
that.
of wrestlers who would never admit that and try to take all the praise.
Chris Jericho would never admit that.
Heck, Jericho would.
You think so?
Jericho's literally fucked up a ref because he wouldn't end the match because someone was hurt.
True, but like he's a cocky son of a bitch though. Like if you
Yes,
put
but Jericho, the only time I've heard Jericho being so stubborn about admitting something was when he was actually ended up being right. Where Vince wanted to push Fandango to be the new top face of WWE,
mm-hmm.
and Chris Jericho wouldn't lose the match until Undertaker basically said, "Hey, you're gonna fucking lose, and you're gonna fucking like it."
I've heard part of that story. I didn't know Undertaker was the one
Well,
to.
he called Taker. He's like, "Bob, can you believe Vince wants me to do this, blah 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 blah?" And Vince and Chris and Undertaker's like, "Yeah, blah blah blah, but you're gonna lose, right?" Well, blah blah blah. He's like, "You have to put people over in this career, Jericho. It's part of
Mm,
it. There's people who gave you opportunities who lost matches they probably shouldn't have lost to make you who you are today. It's time to give back." And
Jericho was probably the wrong answer. I just thought Jericho's a prick a little
and,
bit.
and Jericho's like, "No, no, 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 no," but I can't. He's like, I couldn't argue with the fucking Undertaker.
I gotta think of somebody else. It'll come to me whenever
the,
we're
the
like an
name
hour
I
in.
the name would probably be someone like who wouldn't give. I don't know how many wouldn't give back to. Shit.
Who do we think?
Who could not? Who would be so stubborn?
All right, if you're watching right now, let us know in the
You
comments
wouldn't.
below who
Do you
you
know who
think.
it is? Do you know who it is?
What?
It's Ric Flair.
Ric Flair wouldn't admit.
Ric Flair would never admit that. Ric Flair thinks he can
Okay,
still fucking wrestle.
yeah, we're talking about the guy who literally wants to die in the middle of a match. So
That's Ric Flair. So I could
I'm
see Ric Flair in his prime saying, I'm not losing to this bitch."
Oh, I thought we were talking about something else. All right.
No,
What I was saying
Ric
was,
Flair would be too stubborn to, even in his prime, would not lose to him.
yeah, I was talking about who do we think wouldn't admit that they almost fucking killed a guy
Oh, Ric
by
Flair.
messing up their spot.
Ric
Yeah,
Flair.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair
But
definitely. He's the only one I could think of.
yeah,
Maybe Austin.
Stone Cold.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh
I mean,
no.
he did get his neck broken by Owen Hart or Bret Hart, not Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh my god.
R.I.P. Owen Hart.
RP. Yep.
Yeah, but Logan won. I love what grew from that though of the Santos Escobar heel turn, and you. It is so clear that I don't think he was supposed to make it that obvious, but then Santos made it that obvious that he left it at the ring.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. They almost poorly executed that.
I think I can't tell if that was the purpose
I think that was the purpose. Cause it's
or
like,
if they just rolled with it.
yeah, because like if you think about it, like at first he, what did he do? Slap Ray or something?
No, I don't remember what happened. I know he ended up leaving the brass knuckles.
Right, he was the one who left the brass knuckles, and then uh when the heel turn happened, he like slapped Ray or something and
Yeah.
pushed him, and
No,
then
he went for Carlito first because that's who called him out.
right, and then he fucking snapped and pushed Ray back or something.
Yeah.
And then Ray like double slapped him and forearmed him and he landed on the apron. And I thought that was gonna be it. I'm like, oh shit. Like this is about to be one of
I
the
love
worst
the Santos heel
executed.
turn. It is
Yeah, it's a perfect heel turn, but I thought they were gonna execute it so badly.
Zelina
Like,
Vega deserves an Oscar for it.
yeah, she's like, no. Bro, you see her did you see her prank calling Dom?
I saw she did, and I didn't watch the entire video. I wish I need to still.
Bro, it's incredible.
All right, you want the next match?
Yeah.
And this is one where I have the Ducks comment on this match,
The Ducks comments.
which should probably tell you what match it is.
Yo.
Io Sky defeats Bianca Belair.
Mm.
And you know what his reaction was to this.
I do remember him saying if a certain somebody returned that he'd be
his message about that match was, "Do you want me to? Do you want me to yell because it's in full? It's one of the two things he has in full all caps.
yeah, do it.
Holy shit! Kairi is back. Kairi Sane. Kyrie, he loves Kairi Sane so much. And she has what some educated people would call aura.
Aura.
Her
Okay.
aura is elite right now. But I did not think she's going to come back and go with Io. But I'm all for it.
This is one of the matches that I didn't watch, not because there were men, just because I didn't have time. I was watching a Louisville game. So I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
There's an okay match. I mean, it was Bianca Io. They do what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to talk about it is the whole Kai thing is Bailey's reaction to it, since Bailey was who they wrote her off on screen with an injury, and then her returning to be with Io was not what Bailey was expecting. where you could see panic from Bailey, like, holy fuck, this is not supposed to happen. It was an okay match, though. I will not say it was bad. It was not great.
Better for the story than the match
It was
was.
so great story wise. Now, the last two matches. Adrenaline in my soul, something, something. Cody Rhodes defeats Damian Priest. Which, can I just say, if you're gonna make Super Cena Cody Rhodes, just can you tell us, please? Because one-footed Cody Rhodes beat Damian Priest.
Yeah, I thought Damian Priest should have won that.
And I'm fully behind Super Cena, Cody Rhodes, but do something with it that's not Judgment Day. Please.
Let him win the title. Let him win. Well,
he won the US title. He won the tag titles.
And then lost it the next week.
Then lost it the next week or 2 weeks after. Can you decide what you're doing with Cody Rhodes? That's not Judgment Day. Give him a feud outside. Give him a. I don't even know who to feud with. But someone that's not in Judgment Day.
I mean, hopefully they part from that after War Games.
It's been like since the Brock Lesnar feud, since SummerSlam was the last time we didn't have Cody related with Judgment Day.
Yeah.
That's too fucking long. I love Judgment Day. They need to do their own thing at some point.
Judgment Day needs to actually. They need to like. Well, I'm trying to find the right word for this. Judgment Day needs to win something convincingly, right?
What they need to do is I get them going for Seth, the world champion.
Right.
Why haven't they fucked with Gunther?
I'd like to see Balor versus Gunther. That'd be crazy.
Balor versus Gunther, Damian versus Gunther, Dom versus Gunther.
Dom versus Gunther. Nah, I think Balor versus Gunther is the only answer there.
Dom, Finn, or Damian would slap.
I'd say Damian and Seth is pretty like that might be a good pairing. But Balor and Gunther, that's one that you can automatically guarantee is a classic.
Just give us something different. Then, hey, Judgment Day versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes for the first time ever on this date because it happened last week and the week before and the week before.
But for the first time on November 11th,
you know what I'm
Cody Rhodes are going to face
what I'm
Judgment
referencing,
Day.
right?
You
know what I'm referencing?
ESPN statistics?
No, at one of the, I don't remember, it was at the one before, it was at like SummerSlam. Drew was already going to be the next who it was right before Clash of the Castle. And Drew walks out and says, for the first time ever, we're getting Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. No, wait, that's happened a few times. For the first time ever, says the date, says where they're at. We're getting Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
I thought you were referencing ESPN statistics
no,
where Justin Herbert is the first white QB to throw a touchdown pass at 4:38 p.m. on the Fox network. I don't know.
That probably is a true stat that ESPN has posted. Yeah. Social media quarterback.
That's the definition of a social media quarterback if that's a stat.
Okay, you ready for the final match?
Yep.
Oh, also I think I said Cody was going to win. I also said EO was going to win.
I don't think Cody should have won, but I knew he was going to win.
I don't think he should have won either. But we all must acknowledge him.
No.
As the tribal chief pinned the man. Acknowledge him.
No.
Acknowledge him, sir.
Nope.
Do you feel him, sir?
I do feel him, but I'm not acknowledging him.
Then acknowledge him. Acknowledge him or Shiloh's going to come for you.
Shiloh can come for me all he wants, bro. I want Shiloh.
He is mean mugging me, so I could mean mug you.
All right. Well, let me explain to you why I do not acknowledge the tribal chief anymore. I used to all the time. But ever since he's been doing fucking one show every 2 months, or however often it is, I've slowly fallen out of my appreciation for the tribal chief because it's just so hard to watch the championship reign like that. And I it's the same way with previous champions like Brock. I never enjoyed Brock's title reign because why the hell does anyone want to watch 4 matches for the championship a year? It's just not worth it. I'd rather have someone who's going to make the world championship, you know, it's going to be the actual commodity that people are watching pay-per-views for. Nobody wants to watch a tag team match that has no implications towards anything on a pay-per-view. No one wants to watch. They're not even doing the United States Championship right. I can't remember the last time the World Championship um actually meant something every single pay-per-view. There's probably been hold on, let me think. There's been Rumble, Chamber, Mania. Those three mattered.
I mean,
But what was after that?
I
Backlash?
I need to find the I need to find Booker T had a great quote on it.
The Backlash did Backlash have a world championship match?
Technically, almost every pay per view has because of Seth
Okay, well Roman Championship.
Roman. Let me look up his. I know he defended at the. This is the first Big Four pay per view he missed.
Crown Jewel's a big
Roman,
four?
huh?
Crown Jewel's a big wait, no, Crown Jewel.
No,
Survivor Series?
Survivor Series is one of the
I
Big
thought you were
Four.
talking about Crown Jewel until I realized that, oh shit, we're talking about Roman Reigns right now.
No,
But I just I don't think that his championship reign is actually defining what that championship should be. And I understand
I
that
don't
he's
want to
been
make.
champion for however many days, 1100 days, 1200 days, something like that. But it's just like he rarely ever defends it, and he's rarely ever on the shows. So it's kind of hard for me to
So,
enjoy the product that he's putting out if I have nothing to go off of. Rarely ever. And he doesn't even win clean anymore. Did he win clean against LA Knight? I don't remember.
no,
No,
I want to
okay.
say Jay. I want to say Jimmy got involved.
Yeah, he did actually. He fucking put his foot on the rope.
So
Uh when was the last time Roman Reigns won clean?
I think he beat Sam. No, I have no idea.
He
He's
may
had
have beat Sammy
five
clean.
title defenses this year.
5 title defenses this year?
Backlash, Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Crown Jewel.
See what I'm saying? We've had what, 12 pay-per-views already?
I think so.
And this is going on the 12th. So it's like his reign isn't befitting of what the world championship should be. And I get it. He's been champion for 1200 days. That's all good and dandy until he started becoming the part-timer. I get he has issues and some problems that he has to deal with, but like the WWE doesn't have to keep the championship on him. Make it mean something again. And plus, you're building him up to be this tribal chief, this dominant guy, this dominant presence, and he's not even winning clean. You
Here's
haven't given him a clean win since.
here's what Booker T had to say about Roman's part-time schedule. Basically, people are gonna find time reasons to complain about all the time. Blah 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 blah. Go back to the old times and think about how many times Hogan worked on television in a calendar year. Might be less than that. Nobody was bigger than Hogan. Can you imagine a boxer boxing 22 times a year? Or an
Okay.
MMA fighter fighting 22 times a year? If Roman wasn't selling tickets, we could talk.
Here's the thing about that, okay? One, I'm not 50 years old. All right? Hulk Hogan is, for one, not even relevant in the year that I'm alive, right?
Yeah.
He's done some incredibly terrible things over the past 10 years. We don't need to get into that. Two, boxers and MMA fighters, they fight 3 to 4 times a year, maybe 5 if they're lucky. Here's the difference. There is 12 weight divisions, 12 world champions, and at least the UFC, 12 world champions or 11 world champions or some of that number, and they're actually getting their ass kicked. Beaten, bloodied, battered, hospital every fight. There's not
No, yeah,
one.
I agree.
Like, the difference between Roman Reigns and fucking Sean O'Malley is that Sean O'Malley goes through a whole training camp cutting weight. And I don't know if you've ever cut weight before, or if you've ever seen anybody cut weight. It is
Brutal.
incredibly hard.
It is brutal.
You cannot move literally when your day's done.
It is. It is
And
one of the hardest things to do in sports.
now I understand that the WWE does like 300 shows a year. But you're not actually getting your fucking ass kicked. You're not in there taking full blows, full punches, getting the life choked out of you, suffering concussions and broken noses and broken arms and dislocated shoulders every fucking half a week, because training camps and all that.
Yeah.
And it's different when this guy's your world champion. There's other people who are willing to do all 300 days a year and who have the star power.
Do you happen to know who leads WWE in matches this year?
If I had to guess, Seth Rollins.
He's third.
Miz?
Nope.
Not Roman.
It's
Solo?
not
One
Roman.
of the bloodline.
Not Bloodline.
Cody?
It's Cody's first.
Cody. See, you got a guy who's completely over with the fans, bro. And another one too. You got LA Knight. I mean, I don't know if they want to give him the world championship just because of his age, but
They will eventually.
right. But you got so many other people who are willing to do all 300 days a year, willing to show up to house shows, willing to show up to every Raw, SmackDown, every pay-per-view, and you're giving it to this guy who's being carried by the best talker in the business, Paul Heyman.
Roman doesn't need Paul to get by on the mic.
Now he doesn't.
Yeah. Since he's become the tribal chief, he has not needed help on the mic.
But tell me now, whenever they gave him Paul Heyman, that he did not need it.
Well, here's what I'll say. There was a big question on how Roman would be on the mic because Roman was not great on the mic beforehand. You could account that to his character, though, of what that was. He had a really tough character to be good on the mic. He had a more generic, normal face than most generic faces.
Also, it kind of helps his case that he doesn't have to do much on the mic right now. I mean,
he is, I would say, one of the 10 best wrestlers on the mic right now.
I mean, he doesn't have to do a lot.
And he's definitely top 5, probably, honestly.
I mean, I can understand that when you don't have to do pretty much
No,
anything.
when he's on the mic, he dominates.
I mean, because everyone eats that shit up.
Because he makes it very easy to eat that shit up.
Yeah, I mean, because he doesn't have to do much. That's
when he talks, people listen because he's fucking good at talking. Now,
I mean,
it's not something you don't. Not a lot of people can.
Improvements he's made over the course of his career, that seriously makes you think he might be Jesus Christ himself.
And that's the key in this business is no one was perfect day one.
Make people believe.
A lot of people are great on the mic, but bad in the ring. A lot of people are bad on the mic, never fix it, but great in the ring. And Roman, for a while, we thought was going to be
one of those guys.
Great in the ring, never going to figure it out on the mic. And then Roman, after COVID, leukemia, and all that, came back and said, I'm one of the best on the mics, bitches. Give me a character that gives me the freedom to talk.
And it's freedom.
20 years of missionary is not fun, John.
See, that's funny.
That was hilarious.
I mean, you got to think about it. A lot of wrestling is making people react,
And
right?
he's fucking
And
great at
he's
that.
he's making people react. That's all you need. You could say the shittiest quote ever. You could be Dean Ambrose saying, "I like my coffee hot and I like sex in the morning because it's a good way to start the day," and people will react.
Well,
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But it's Dean Ambrose. It's just what he does.
Roman, and Roman's had to get over still, and it's been the mic that has gotten him over this character. Because he had to find
I
a
mean,
way
it's
to
the two words that he says before he says anything.
acknowledge me.
Yeah.
Yes, but he has found that savviness on the mic that makes him people want to acknowledge him.
But
You
I
don't
mean,
just,
also he could say the dumbest thing in the world, and with that oomph in his voice, he'd be all right.
and he's had to find that. I think you're undervaluing just how much he has truly dominated the mic the last 3 years, 2 years. He
I
is
mean, we have different views of dominated, I guess.
yeah. You want to equate it to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's
I
one of the greatest on the mics. Paul Heyman's character works outstanding, and it adds the interest in him because
um,
he's a Heyman guy.
do you happen to know who Axiom is?
Yes, he debuted on the main roster.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I'm on top of my game.
That boy. Woo. A kid.
I'm on top of my game, yo. But now let's talk about Raw and SmackDowns. We alluded to the LWO stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Roman's out of the picture right now. It's pretty much means the bloodline is out of the picture for a while. But we'll still probably get solo segments. I don't know what they're gonna do on SmackDown. It's going on right now as we record. But the main things have been damage control.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, we have a weekly Trash on Bailey segment. Not on Bailey, Trash on Charlotte segment of. Did you see that cell of the Curry?
Mm-mm.
Nia Jax could have done better.
Really?
It
Okay.
was
Now,
so
all right.
fucking bad.
That's the bar we're going to.
It was trending on Twitter of Charlotte sucks, basically.
I did see that trend.
It was so fucking bad. She got thrown into the stairs and basically no sold it.
Yeah.
You,
Charlotte, like fucking 3 years ago. Dare I say more?
we
5 years ago, I used to think, oh, she's gonna be the greatest one day. She's gonna be the greatest women's wrestler of all time when it's all said and done, and that is
give
completely
us Mania.
shifted.
That's all we ask. Show up once a year, build to a Mania match, have a good Mania match, and we'll be happy and we'll say see you in a year.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to question: does she deserve to even be
Mania
declared great?
Charlotte's a different breed of women's wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
Mania. If Mania Charlotte probably is the greatest wrestler of all
it's
time.
just the day. It's just the Monday night after Mania to the Friday night before Mania, which is the struggle.
Yeah, that
We get to Mania, we're guaranteed a 5-star banger.
right.
Don't matter who she's in the ring with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mania Charlotte's the greatest wrestler of all time.
But and she's
Like
in
that
a
match with Asuka at 34. Was it 34? The match with Asuka at 34?
that was so
Chef's kiss,
fucking
bro.
good.
Chef's
Via
kiss.
Charlotte this year was Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
And we have another Bat Duck reaction to damage control. After the Oscar, he'll turn to join damage control. Kai and Oscar joining damage control is awesome. I love it. He's a big fan of Damage Control growing bigger. But 5
Damage
members is
Control.
probably going to be too much for them. We'll get 4-on-4 Damage Control. We'll get that. Women's Raw games will be 4-on-4.
Who's in it?
So it's going to be Bailey, Asuka, Io, and Kairi Sane against what was originally Bianca Belair, Shotzi, Charlotte Flair, and Mia Yim.
Please take Charlotte out of that match.
But one of those 4 got attacked tonight and is taken out of the match.
And that is, I didn't see.
It is not Bianca Belair.
It's not Bianca Belair.
It is not Shotzi.
Please tell me it's Charlotte.
Nick Aldis look to them and say, "You guys will need a new 4th member. Charlotte, I trust that you'll be able to find one because Charlotte is still in the match." Charlotte Flair was
Fucking
not.
got my hopes up, bro. Got my hopes.
There we go.
up.
Mia Yim was taken out of the War Games match at Survivor Series because
I like the way you
why
dove
would
into
we
that, by the way.
kick out the wrestler who's been the handicap of the last few months? We're gonna keep Charlotte Flair. Take Mia Yim. And I know it's the big name. The big name appeal is massive. But we also had last week we saw a guest commentator because Corey Graves got blessed and had his first child be born.
Right.
And we saw what might be the greatest day of commentary in wrestling history. It's made a lot of people say, Cole, McAfee, Kevin Owens, Mania, that's all you need.
Kevin Owens is on commentary.
Because Kevin Owens on commentary was fucking perfect.
It reminds me of the time CM
You're
Punk was
muted,
on
V.
commentary. Oh shit, am I muted? What the fuck? Hello?
Technical difficulty. Yeah, I still can't hear you. Is it my audio that's fucked up? Oh, that might be my audio. Hold on.
I'm talking.
My mic
I know
unplugged
I'm
for a
not
second.
muted.
That might be it.
I can hear you.
Try again.
I can hear you.
Yeah, there we go. My audio got fucked up. Sorry.
But
we got Kevin Owens to join the crew.
It reminds me of the time that CM Punk was on commentary.
Did you see they posted that YouTube video last week? The other day? But then took it down?
So CM, well, no, because remember they have the full the Raw goes on strike, the full segment.
Well, no, they posted a match. It was a Randy Orton versus Ray Barrett match, and CM Punk was on commentary, and then they ended up taking the match down.
They're doing that to fuck with us. We all know CM Punk's coming back.
Hallelujah. Did you hear what Nick Aldis had to say about that?
What?
He basically said, I know I'm old school, but here's what he does. He sells tickets. He puts butts in seats.
I mean, that's really all you want.
And to me, that's all that he needs. I know people aren't going to be happy if he comes back. But as a company, that's exactly what you ask for.
Yeah.
Because you ask for people who are going to sell tickets, get butts in seats,
money,
and do all that. So to him, it makes sense.
It's a money thing, man. I mean,
it's a money thing. But Nick Aldis for WWE has been a great signing.
I don't particularly agree with... Shit, I'm over here fucking hiccuping. I particularly don't agree with CM Punk coming back just because of...
the backstage drama.
Damn.
There's going to be a lot of backstage drama.
Yeah, he has a lot of problems backstage with anybody. That's a guy right there who would never admit he fucked up a spot. CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk would never.
But yeah, he has a lot of like issues with not being the main guy, and I surely hope he knows that as long as Roman's champ, he's not going to be the main guy. And I really hope he does not dethrone Roman, because I feel like the promise that WWE might be making to him when bringing him back is like, okay, you're going to be the main guy eventually. Yeah. So And I know that's like the only thing that he thinks about is being the main guy.
It's all he
So
wants.
I feel like you have to give him a special guarantee whenever you're telling him shit like that. Whenever you're asking him to come to your company. Ring of Honor, hey CM Punk, we want to sign you. Oh, give me your title. Sure. So I mean
Here's the other.
maybe we'll finally get the CM Punk ice cream bars. Who knows?
I hope so. So, let's talk more about that CM Punk thing. Do you think he comes back?
Yeah,
Truthfully,
I feel like it's inevitable.
do you think it's Survivor Series to face Shinsuke Nakamura?
Why Shinsuke?
Because he's been issuing open challenges.
I thought personally, I thought it was gonna be for the War Games match with
No,
Cody and them.
no, no. They already have their guy.
Look, we all think it's Randy Orton, but we've all been saying Randy Orton's coming back for like 5 months now.
It's
Let's
almost
be
it's
real.
practically been confirmed because they've now WWE's been posting Randy Orton matches.
I mean, look, I don't care if it's Randy Orton or CM Punk. I'll be okay with it.
I'll be fine with either. I don't care which one. I love them both.
Yeah,
I'll still watch them both.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd be a little bit more upset if Punk came back. Just
There's
because
always
I
gonna be bad
know,
blood behind Punk because of who Punk
yeah,
is. That's just who it is. Oh, what's wrong
I
with you?
feel like I'd love to see Randy come back because I've been waiting for that since
It's been
May of
forever.
last year.
Well,
Yeah,
the thought was he was gonna come back at some point next week because where he got injured is where they're traveling to for one of the shows.
Chicago.
No, not Chicago. I think it was this Friday. Is where they're at tonight is where he got injured originally.
I don't know.
So I don't know where that.
I know I went to the Raw the Friday night after he got injured, or Raw the Monday night after he got injured on Friday.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Santos Escobar for saying Dominic was right about Rey Mysterio.
That's crazy.
That's
I'm guessing you're looking at Twitter notifications.
Twitter right now. Yeah, just seeing what's going on.
Okay.
The guest
Whoa.
commentator tonight to fill in for Corey Graves. Road Dog.
The Road Dog, Jesse James.
Road Dog is on commentary tonight, which is a dub. I love me some Road Dog because he's a dog.
Literally.
Oh, fucking
He dropped the mic.
technical difficulties.
All right. Mic drop.
Mic drop. So now, let's talk about who we think that Women's World Games fourth member is going to be. There's been two names I've seen thrown out.
Already? Shit.
Becky Lynch.
Okay.
And Mercedes that we get Sasha Banks. And I do not see a world where that fucking happens.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't see a world where that fucking happens. It's over. It's over, chat.
Do we think it's gonna be Becky?
Yes, absolutely.
Becky's in NXT, right?
She lost the title.
Yeah, it's got to be Becky now. She lost the title.
She lost the title. She doesn't have one. It'll be Becky.
Yeah, it'll probably be Becky.
The other one, and it could just be basically, it's gonna be fucked up as fuck for me saying it. Tiffany Stratton, just because she's another blonde like Charlotte. And it feels like her NXT call up is time.
I feel like I'd rather watch Johnny Lawrence in a wig.
Santina Marella?
Yeah.
Let's get Santina Marella back for War Games.
Beth Phoenix. No, Beth Phoenix
no Lita.
Beth Phoenix is practically dead. So,
no Lita, no.
Nah,
I don't want Zoe Stark.
Becky. Why don't you be like Nia Jax?
Don't put that in this fucking world. You hear me, boy?
No.
Don't you dare say that fucking name here again. Or I'll never have you back. You see the police? You see the sirens? The red? They're coming for you for saying that fucking name and throwing it in that position. So don't fucking say it again, understood?
Okay. I'm messing with you. It'll probably be Becky. Like no
It's
questions asked. It's definitely gonna
I
be
have
Becky.
zero doubt that it's Becky.
If it's somebody else, it better be good.
Yeah. Oh my God, Heel Santos.
What?
I hope they amputate your leg
Huh?
because Ray had leg surgery.
Right.
He said, "Hey, I hope they amputate it."
That is fucking
Heel
crazy.
Santos is a menace. What the actual fuck? That is insane.
That is wild.
Let's see. What else? Let me look back at our script. Oh, Bat Duck also wants to say Raw's repetitive.
Raw's repetitive.
It's always the same show every week. Yo!
It's pretty close, too.
Yo, some guy just followed me on Twitter who's a wrestling fan. Let's go, chat. Okay, I'm following him back. Anyways. Okay. One last match that has I think it's the only other one that has been 1,000% confirmed. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's talk about Kevin Owens some more in his suspension. You
What?
saw that? You saw he got suspended on live TV.
Why?
So he was the guest commentator, but the stipulation was he can't get physical with any of the talents. And you'll never guess which two wrestlers were like, "Hey, we're gonna try to get him to be physical and get him suspended."
On SmackDown,
On SmackDown, you'll never guess.
the Street Profits.
Here's a hint. We have talked about them this episode. About how one of them should turn face.
Austin Theory and Grayson
Austin
Waller.
Theory and Grayson Waller.
Okay.
And here's how he got physical. They dumped water on him. That didn't piss him off, but they threw a cup at Kevin. I think his last name's O'Connell. He's like, I can't take that disrespect. Boys, I gotta go get suspended. So defending the most hated man on commentary, he got suspended.
Sucks to suck.
I respect it.
I mean, me too. He's like Samoa Joe.
The commentators.
He's just like Samoa Joe whenever he was talking about Michael Cole or whatever, or who he was with.
Samoa Joe is a dub.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here is the last topic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and knowing us, it'll go 15 minutes.
Yeah. And
Gunther Miz. We browsely talked about it, but how do you feel?
Gunther Miz? I mean, I definitely don't hate it.
I love it so much. The Miz is on his 2016 Cena run right now, where he just randomly added 10 moves to his arsenal.
Hurricane Rana.
Grayson and I talked about it once. That was the most wild Cena moment where Cena just springboards. Hurricane Rana. This. Yeah, I'm just the best wrestler in the world again.
Yeah, that's John Cena on crack.
John Cena went on crack.
John Cena definitely shot up that night, but
it was crazy. So
Cena whipping out the springboard stunner and the springboard Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, it was something else.
Power bomb.
But RKO. The Miz in this is gonna be a great feud.
Mm-hmm.
So for Survivor Series, which will be awesome. The first time in a while, I want to say Gunther's had an IC title match at a Mania, at a pay-per-view. He's missed a few.
Because a bold prediction. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say first.
No, go ahead.
Okay, my bold prediction is that this feud may or may not create Miz's best moment in his career. I just have a feeling that something in this feud is going to make.
I could see him having his Hall of Fame moment.
Yeah.
As obviously his IC title reigns, but it's. And I was trying to work out how I was gonna fit him in here because it's
I'm
a
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about like his rants on talking smack and all that, and all those good moments he's had. Whatever, something's gonna happen in this feud that tops all that.
he's gonna have, and you know exactly. How many of these have you watched
How many of what?
of Cub Stomp?
Two.
Because there's one name I bring up every fucking episode somehow.
I've saw two.
Dolph Ziggler. Miz is gonna have a Ziggler moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where like against in that one feud, we saw Ziggler against it was the Ziggler Miz feud talk about retirement and how he was
Yeah.
putting his and he had such a heartfelt moment. That's the moment I'm waiting on right now. That's what Miz is gonna do is have one of those. He's gonna have a good match. Gunther has a good match with everyone. Just
You
how
don't
Gunther
happen to be
is.
watching SmackDown on your TV right now, because I see you glancing over at
I'm
something.
not used to having a TV on. So sorry.
You're watching SmackDown, aren't you?
No, it's not SmackDown. It's some random
Oh.
YouTube video. I
Oh.
genuinely, I'm in my normal recording area. I have nothing near me. And here, and I'm recording in my niece's room, and her TV's right over there. So I glance over, like, "Oh, what's on?"
Fuck yeah.
So, no, I have nothing. I am not watching SmackDown. I've relied on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Anything else that happened on Twitter? Last chance, Twitter. This is your last chance. Now give me something. Or else the Cub Stomp pod's gonna be over. That's what it is. That's what it is. Grayson sent me this. The location for Backlash has been announced.
Yeah, Germany?
France. Which is another pay-per-view that's gonna be going outside the US. Which is gonna start to cause an issue soon. Do you know why? I'll tell you. Gunther's travel visa is fucked up, so he can't leave the US.
Okay.
So he can't go to France. He can't. So only pay-per-views taking place in America he can participate in. Which is why we've missed him at a lot of these pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
The joke is he's an intercontinental champion
And
who can't wrestle outside of
the
America.
continent. The Intercontinental Champion who's not so intercontinental.
That's been the joke. But we'll get him. He'll get worked out. They always do.
Yeah.
This is how they roll. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
It's surely gonna re-enter my head once this recording ends. Definitely.
That's how it rolls. Well, if you got nothing right now, that's really it. Once again, thanks Valente coming on. Valente Talk Sports. All the stuff will be in the description below.
Saints.
I'm sorry, Valente Talk Saints. His
right
YouTube
there.
and anything else he wants to plug will be down in the description below. Go subscribe to my man. He's a legend.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, man. I'm on Twitter every day.
He's a legend. Great dude.
My boy Caleb.
He makes great content about the Saints. Paula Debo, next great ball hawk in the NFL. And obviously my shit's going to be down below. Grayson's will still be below because he is the main co-host of this.
I'm coming for your spot, Grayson. No, I'm joking.
But anyways, that's all. We'll see you guys next week on the Cub Stomp Pod.